Mm. They gotta wake somebody up. Okay. This is Israel. Wake up. This is our Friday night Q&A, and it's the 13th of November, 2020. We're gonna do a moment of silence for in regards to the Lord of Hosts and all that He's doing. Behind the scenes, working our deliverance out. Then we're gonna do a prayer, being going to current events. Okay. Okay. So, Lord, righteousness and uprightness belongs unto Thee. Therefore, we come before Thee at this hour, seeking Thy face, looking for righteousness and uprightness, that we may walk before Thee as Thy servants David and Solomon and Samuel, Hezekiah, and Jeremiah did. We may walk before Thee in truth and in righteousness and in rightness of heart. Give unto us, O Lord, an understanding heart, that we may discern between good and bad. For You possess the power to turn us, O Lord. For we desire to walk after Thee, O Lord, and to keep Your commandments and Your testimony and Your statute with all our heart and soul, to perform the words of this covenant that was written down by Your prophets. O Lord, allow Thy face to shine upon Thy people. Hear our plea. Hear and do, O Lord. Hide not Thy face from us. We need You so much at this hour. Peace be unto You, Lord. Okay, with that being said, anybody got any current events they wanted to bring up or talk about? Okay, I was gonna make mention of we got a little shout out yesterday by this YouTube channel called used to be Lil Moray, now it's called Chief Moray. Now they gave a shout out to us uh, in regards to the understanding of Lord of Hosts and who He is. So I thought that was kind of significant. So I just wanted to let that be known. If anybody want to go check it out, it's on the YouTube channel is Chief Moray. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Okay. Well, I'm gonna read out of Jasher, and then we'll do a little Q&A. See if anybody have any questions. So I'm in Jasher chapter 32, and just starting at verse 1 says, "Now it came to pass in those days that Joshua assembled together Eleazar the priest and the Levites and all the congregation at Shiloh, and he set up the tabernacle of the Lord there. And Joshua stood before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation and spake in the presence of all Israel. And he said, Now behold, the Lord hath given unto you rest in the land concerning which He swore unto your fathers, saying, Thy seed shall inherit the land of Canaan. Abraham our father heard a voice when he dwelt in this land, which said unto him, Circumcise the flesh of thy foreskin, for therefore thou art barren, when your fathers were in bondage in Egypt. Because of the Egyptians, from the time of the birth of Moses, they were uncircumcised. But Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded me, saying, When you be come into the land of Canaan, possess it, speak unto the Levites, and say, Make unto yourselves razors, and let the priests circumcise one of the other, and circumcise ye all the males of the children of all the children of all the males of the children of Israel. And the Levite did so, and all the people abode in their tents in the camp until they were whole. And Joshua said, This shall be a law and an ordinance unto you to be observed in all your tribes and in all your families. Ye shall bring ye every male on the 8th day after the opening of the womb unto the priest to be circumcised. Ye shall do this, both ye, your sons, and your sons' sons forever. And it came to pass after 7 days that the people were whole. Then Joshua commanded Eleazar the priest, and he read out the book of the covenant, all the laws and all the ordinances, which, let me get this, all of it says, and Joshua commanded Eleazar the priest, and he read out of the book of the covenant, all the laws and the ordinances which Moses commanded to be observed concerning the servant, whether he be a Hebrew or a stranger, and the statutes concerning the virgins of the nations, and the children born unto them. And Joshua blessed the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh, and he said unto them, Return ye by the way ye came, and go over Jordan unto your wives, unto your sons, unto your daughters, and unto your flocks, and unto your possessions. For ye have done all that Moses have commanded you, ye have obeyed me also. But they take ye diligent heed to do the commandments and the laws of the Lord, to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Then the tribe of Reuben, tribe of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh, even all the armed men thereof, departed from Joshua at Shiloh, and they passed over Jordan to the land of Gilead, whereof they were possessed, as Moses had spoken. And the tribe of Reuben, the tribe of Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh returned into the land of Gilead with their share of spoils they had taken from the Canaanites, with much cattle, with goods, with silver, iron, with brass, and with very much raiment, and with their portion of pure virgins, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Okay, that was chapter 32 of Joshua. I'm going to read 33. It says, Now it came to pass that the elders of the Reubenites and the elders of the Gadites and the elders of the half tribe of Manasseh said one among another, Behold, Joshua and our brethren have set up the tabernacle in Shiloh. Let us likewise build a tabernacle and an altar as testimonies unto the Lord. For Jordan is a border between them and us, that the Levites who dwell among us may offer up our burnt offerings, our sacrifices, and our peace offerings unto the Lord. And they built a tabernacle, and they set up an altar on this side of Jordan, in the land of their possession, even in Gilead. And it came to pass when Joshua and the children of Israel heard thereof, that they assembled themselves together at Shiloh. And Phinehas said, Lo, the people of Reuben, the people of Gad, with the Manassites, seek to make themselves a separate people, even as Korah have they seen, for they have built a tabernacle, and they have set up an altar on the other side of Jordan, under Shiloh, will they not come, at the place which the Lord had appointed, will they not appear, to offer sacrifices and burnt offerings. And Joshua said, Send Phinehas, Caleb, and Jasher with the princes of Israel, and let them pass over Jordan and inquire at their hands cause thereof. And they went, and they passed over Jordan, and they saw the tabernacle and the altar which the children of Reuben, children of Gad, and children of Manasseh had built. And behold, they were well to look unto. And they said unto the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the Manassites, Wherefore have thou, as ye trespass, in making yourselves a people to rebel against the Lord? Tell us, we pray ye, Wherefore have ye built a tabernacle and an altar, besides the tabernacle and the altar which is in Shiloh? And the men of Reuben, and the men of Gad, and the men of Manasseh answered and said, The Lord thy God of our fathers knoweth that as a testimony have we built, as a testimony we have built the tabernacle and the altar, and and for Jordan is between us and Shiloh. Wherefore, that we, our wives, our sons, and our daughters may worship the Lord, surely we have done this thing. And speak unto Joshua and unto the brethren on the other side of the river of Jordan, and say, Thus says the men of Reuben, the men of Gad, and the men of Manasseh, as the Lord liveth, we and our sons from 16 years old, 16 years of age, shall appear once in a year before the Lord in Shiloh. Moreover, whatsoever ye shall come, she shall command us, that will we do. And the words of the Reubenites and the Gadites and the Manassites were pleasing unto Phinehas and unto all who were with him. Then Caleb, Phinehas, Jasper, with the princes, returned unto the Joshua and unto the children of Israel in Shiloh. And they said, Thus said our brethren, the men of Reuben, the men of Gad, and the men of Manasseh, we are people of the Lord. And as a testimony thereof have we built for us, our wives and our sons and our daughters, a tabernacle, and have set up an altar. And behold, once in every year we and our sons from 16 years old upwards appear before the Lord in Shiloh. And whatsoever ye shall command us, that will we do. And the thing pleased Joshua and all Israel. And they said, We will not destroy the land wherein children of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh dwell. And they said, The chosen men shall bear the testimony also among the elders of Israel at Shiloh. Now, had Israel rest from all the enemies around about, the people of the nations feared greatly. Joshua waxed old, and he called for all Israel, and he said, Behold, I have divided unto you by lot all the land of Canaan as an inheritance for your tribe. Possess ye the land that the Lord hath promised unto you. Now therefore fear ye the Lord, serve him in sincerity and in truth. And the people said unto Joshua, We will serve the Lord. And when Joshua had made an end of speaking, the people departed, each man to his dwelling. Joshua died, being 110 years of age, and Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody can remember, but back in the day, and when I was in the church, I can remember so vividly how uh, everybody was telling me that, just like they say with Melchizedek, they were saying that Shiloh was Jesus. Shiloh was a man, but we see right here Shiloh is a place. It's the place where once they came into the land of Canaan, they went to a certain place and set up the tabernacle. That was Shiloh. That was the meeting place for all the Israelites. And that's where the tabernacle that Moses had built in the wilderness was where they set it. They set it up in that place. And so they came together over there. They came together there once a year at that tabernacle. All the men had to come there, and like he was saying, the sons of 16 years old, they had to appear there. And they had the tribe of Gad and the Reubenites and the Had tribe of Manasseh stayed on one side, on the other side of the river, where Moses had passed it, and then the rest of them went across the Jordan and went in to possess the land. So what happened was, what I was reading was that these they wanted because of the Jordan River, the Reubenites and the Gadites said that they needed a place where they can worship the Lord and make sacrifices to him, where they have to go such a long place. So they built a tabernacle on the other side of the Jordan River. And so later on, I mean, if you know anything about that, later on it became a problem because they ended up getting in the war. But during the time of Joshua and Caleb and Jasher, they got along. But eventually, later they ended up it became a problem. They started quarreling, and if you remember the story, the same thing happened with when the tribes split between Rehoboam and Jeroboam. They didn't, David's seed is, you know, the king is always out of David's lineage, and so he was in the southern kingdom, and he had a certain type of spiritual control over the people because of who he was, and so the Jeroboam was from Ephraim, and he didn't want people to go to Jerusalem to worship because he felt like he was gonna lose them if they went there and started dealing with David's seed, that they was gonna end up coming back together. Excuse me. So he built his own tabernacle, and but like I said, he built the tabernacle unlike the Gadites and the Reubenites did. He built a tabernacle to Baal with the bull, so somewhat like Aaron did, and that's where all the drama started at. But like I was saying before, when you look at that, you see um, how the Most High, you can see how he operated. Like I said, he keep um, separating the sons and the men and the males. He keeps separating them from just like I was reading the other night. Let me see, Wednesday, about Nehemiah, how once they came back from the land of once they came back from Babylon, they had to separate themselves from the rest of the nations. Well, it's also a separation that has to go on with the males too. Certain times of the year and whenever they have to, when he says uh, that they have to pass before the tabernacle of the congregation, that's the males, the father and all his sons. It's just like uh, when he sent Samuel down to Jesse's house. You know, Jesse had daughters, but he told Jesse to bring all his sons out and pass before Samuel because he was looking for his Messiah. So, like I was saying before, when it may seem like it's tedious, but you have to look at that. All through that, he constantly separate. It's constant separations going on, even with. Let me get it. So you feel like I'm just quoting stuff out of the top of my head, and that's what's getting ready to happen. A lot of people don't understand that, but that's what's getting ready to happen. Uh, I'm in Numbers. This is when he started. When he set up the priesthood. Okay. Yeah, I'm in chapter 18 of Numbers. It says, the provisions of the priests and the Levites. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary, and thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of the priesthood. So we see right here, uh, the priesthood is exclusive to Aaron's seed. And Aaron's seed, you got seers, priests, and Levites, but they separate. Aaron's seed separated from the Levites, and the seers is separated from Levites and the priesthood. So it says, two, and thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi, tribe of thy father, bring thou uh, bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of the witness. So they separate. They have to be just separate from them because only Aaron's seed can minister before the tabernacle of the witness. So since I'm here, it says, and thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of the witness. What is he talking about? Isaiah 49, 43 right quick. Just, I mean, this like need to know. Okay, Isaiah 43 says, verse 10. I'm gonna read 9. Let all nations be gathered together, let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witnesses. See that they may be justified. He's talking about the nation, the heathens, and let them hear and say it is true. The 10, talking to the Israelites and the Levites and the priests in particular. Ye are my witnesses, says the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. So what is he talking about? That's what I just read over here in Numbers 18. He says, verse chapter 2, chapter 18, verse 2, and thy brethren, talking about the Levites, that's his servant. That's what he just said over there. And thy brethren also of the tribe of Levi and the tribe of thy father, bring thou with thee, that thou may be joined unto thee and minister unto thee. But thou, Aaron's seed, thou and thy sons with thee shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. That's when they see him. And that's what he's talking about over here. 43 and 10. Say, talking to these priests. You my witnesses. You know what I'm capable of doing. You deal with me. Okay. So it says, 3, they shall keep thy charge and the charge of all the tabernacle, only they shall not come nigh the vessel of the sanctuary and the altar. That neither they nor ye shall die. So let's look at that, because he says, and they shall keep thy charge and the charge of all the tabernacle, only they shall not come nigh the vessel. And now I mentioned this the other day, but maybe didn't register with somebody, but he says, talking about the priest, and they shall keep thy charge and the charge of all thy tabernacle, only they shall not come nigh the vessel. So I'm over here in Second Chronicles, right quick. See, 35. 35, 36, and verse 9. It says, Jehoiakim was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. Right? And when the year was expired, the King Nebuchadnezzar sent and brought him to Babylon with the goodly vessels of the house of the Lord. See that? And he just told the Levites that they couldn't deal with it. They couldn't come nigh the vessels. So, like I said, the Holy One, which is that when you go back to that all, they know the priest, the high priest, the king, and these vessels. They go hand in hand. So you're in trouble. You get to messing with them and don't understand what's going on. Let's go one more place. Let me see where I'm going. Let's see, Daniel. Yeah, it's in Daniel. So is what I'm looking for is when Balthazar. So Jeremiah told them that he was they was going to Babylon, and they was going to stay there. And they was going to serve Nebuchadnezzar and his son and his grandson, his son's son. So Balthazar. So we know the Most High precise. So when the guy when Nebuchadnezzar's son died and his grandson took the stone, which was Balthazar, the first thing Balthazar did was gave a feast. But Nebuchadnezzar and his son knew not to mess with those vessels. But this boy went and had a feast, and he went and got those vessels. Yeah, and he used those vessels to serve in, to for them to party with, and pour their drinks in. And that night, Most High came. That's when Cyrus came that night to shut it down, because he brought some vessels out. Those vessels, along with the king and the high priest, is holy unto the Lord. Yeah. So anyway, just want to shine a light on that. So I'm back over in Genesis, in Numbers 18. Read some more of these verses. It says, 4, and they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation for all the service of the tabernacle, and a stranger shall not come nigh unto you. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that there'll be no wrath any more upon the children of Israel. And I beheld, and I have taken your brethren, see this, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift for the Lord to do service and of the tabernacle and of the congregation. So they separated. They separated from the rest of the Israelites. Israel as a nation separated from the heathens. Then these Levites and Aaron's seed separated from the Israelites. It's a continuous separation going on, because what their roles are, and they holy. So it says 7. Therefore thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for every living thing of the for everything of the altar, and wherein the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of gift, and a stranger that cometh nigh unto you, the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. So you see right here where it says, therefore you and your sons shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar and within the veil. This is why they separated. They're the ones going behind the veil. When you go back to Zechariah chapter 4, when he's talking about the two holy ones, they go into the Holy of Holies. That's behind the veil. So it says 8, and the Lord spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee charge of mine heave offerings, of all the hollow things of the children of Israel. Unto thee have I given them by reason of the anointing. That's the anointing I'm talking about. All that stuff in the temple had to be anointed, and it had to be anointed by the Levites, by a special oil that he showed them how to make. And to thy sons, and by ordinance forever. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. In the most holy place shalt thou eat. Every male shall eat of it, and shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, and with all the wave offering of the children of Israel I have given them unto thee and thy sons, and unto thy daughters with thee by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house shall eat of it. So when you right here, this is something else that goes over people's head. Verse 11 says, and this is thine, the heave offering of their gift, with all thy wave offerings and of the children of Israel I have given them unto thee and to thy sons. Look at this, and unto thy daughters with thee by statute forever. Everyone that is clean in the house. So why is he saying that? Why is he mentioning daughters? These women married to these men right here, they holy. These daughters are Levites. So when you start paying attention to what's going on, that's what these kings marry. Kings marrying these daughters of these Levite women. And so you say, what you talking about? That's what Bathsheba daddy was doing in the book of Nathan. They took that out. But in the book of Nathan, he was a priest. And he was praying for Bathsheba. That he charged the Most High that she married a king. But Uriah was following it. And he knew he prayed a lot. So he followed him and he heard his prayer. And he came right back and connected all the dots for him to make it look like he was the one. And so, he was constantly praying. So, well, we see what happened in the very end. She did marry King David. She's a daughter of she's a daughter of a priest, or Levite, different stock. Women, they holy because they amongst these Levites. Now, and like I said, when you go back and you start reading this, and they say this boy was such and such, and his mother was such and such, trace that, follow that rabbit hole. It's gonna lead you right to Israel. It's a Levite woman, a daddy a priest. Anyway, 13 says, and whatsoever is first right in the land which thou shalt bring unto the Lord shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in thine house shall eat of it. Everything devoted in Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh, which thou bringest unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beast, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shall thou surely redeem, and the firstling of the unclean beast shall thou redeem. So I want to this is a perfect example what I was talking about when we was reading the other day when the Most High said in Nehemiah Wednesday, and he said that he raised the spirit of the Israelites, the Levites, and the priests up, and they make the people. They cause the people to understand what's going on. So look right here in verse 15, 18 and 15 says, everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh, right? Which they shall bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts. Well, let's go back to over here. This is how you write a divide. 9. I'm over in Genesis chapter 9. And then and then you say, how in the world he over here talking about Ham, Shem, and Shem ain't none of Noah's sons and all that. Look at this. 9 says, maybe 6. Let me see. Yeah, I'm in chapter 6, and it says, starting at verse 17, and behold, even I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth and destroy all flesh. See that? Wherein is the breath of life. So we talking about a man too. It's men on the earth besides Adam. So he says, it says, and behold, even I do bring the flood of the waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein the breath of life. See that? Same thing over there. I'm going to read it again. For under heaven and everything that is in the earth shall die, but with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wives and thy sons' wives with thee, and every living thing of all flesh. So what is he talking about? Go back over here. Write a divide. I'm in Numbers 19. I lost the page. And I was listening to this brother the other night was talking about how to You write stuff down. When you write it down and you keep going back to it, and it's like photogenic. You become photogenic in your brain, and you remember it. And that's all you see happening right here when I'm talking. And it says everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh. So all flesh. You got. He says in all flesh which thou bringest unto the Lord, whether it be man or beast. You got to apply that over there too. So he's talking about, when he say men, he's talking about genitalia. So we already know from Genesis chapter 4 that Cain got a lineage. He lists the lineage. Then he lists Adam's lineage. So we know he said we get a male and female from all flesh. And so Noah's son is Shem. When he made a 6-day man. So where they at? He told him to get the male and the female. Surely he gonna get the 6-day man, because he getting animals. The 6-day man is greater than the animals. He gonna get a goat or a rabbit, but he ain't gonna get the 6-day man and his wife. Yeah. So that's what I mean by, when you looking for something to be spelled out, but it ain't spelled out because it ain't how the Most High deal. It's spiritual. And it's only given to certain people. That's why he says make it cause them to understand. Yeah. Okay. So anybody got any comments while I'm doing this? Any comments? Questions? Anybody? Anything from last week or last couple of weeks? Nobody got no questions? Something they was dealing with? Yeah, I'm gonna show you this right here right quick too while I'm doing it. I got this probably a couple months ago. I just been fumbling around with it. Look right here. Pretty much, they asked me, I've been bought so many books. They asked me, showed me how to get a book. So I got this. I'm gonna get it right. Yeah, and it's the history of the Jews from the destruction of Jerusalem until the present day. And the reason why I'm reading this is because I'm gonna show you what they did with they took Israel was left in 143 BC and went across into Africa, and then in 70 AD the Edomites they had came in the land during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes, and they had existed there until 70 AD. So what they did was they combined all the history together and and that's why people thinking it's the same people, because they would go from there, would mention these Edomites would mention the captivity of Daniel and all them in Babylon, but that's two different people. But because you don't know no better, you think them the same people, but that's actually just how slick Josephus and Philo of Alexandria and all them did. They went back and combined the exodus from Babylon with them being over there in the land to 70 AD, not understanding that the Israelites had left under Antiochus Epiphanes, and they just synchronized and brought it all the way down. Got you thinking it's the same people. So look right here. I'm gonna read some of it. This is an introduction. The Jews having remained in the captivity 70 years. See, he picking up. No different than what they did with John the Baptist. Malachi tell you that in the very end the days, he's gonna bring Elijah back. So how they tied it in to open up the New Testament was they just brought John the Baptist as Elijah wandering around in the wilderness. But that's garbage. So right here it says the Jews having remained in captivity 70 years. See that he connected it right there. Anybody that's dealing with these scriptures should know about 70 years in Babylon. So he bring it in right here. The Jews having remained in captivity in 70 years, according to the prediction of the prophet Jeremiah. See, so now he didn't connect the Edomites right off the top with our people. Nobody knows that that the Israelites left. There's a prophecy on them. The Most High indignation came to a full in 143 BC. So he says, we restored to their native country to Cyrus the Great, king of Persia. For this purpose, he issued a decree in the first year of his reign, by which they were permitted to return to Palestine. So right here, see, then now this year, if you really doing your due diligence, Palestine, where the hell Palestine come from? That word wasn't even in existence then. So you already see this. You already see right here. This somebody that's going back writing this, because when they wrote it, it was called Palestine. But when the real Israelites came out of Babylon, there wasn't no Palestine. It was Jerusalem. So it says, and rebuild their city and their temple. This opportunity was joyfully embraced by the most zealous of the tribe of Judah, Benjamin and Levi. A large part of the Jewish captivity who chose to remain in Babylon made liberal contributions toward assisting their brethren. Okay, soon after the return of the Jews, they began to have zeal to build their altar and lay the foundation of their temple. While they were engaged in this important undertaking, the Samaritans expressed an earnest desire to assist in the completion of the building. So they didn't flip this off because it was Edomites connected. Edomites wanted to help them build, and Nehemiah and Ezra told them they don't have nothing to do with it. But what I want to show you right here, it says, soon after they returned, they began to zeal to rebuild the altar and the foundation of the temple, and they were engaged in this important undertaking when the Samaritans expressed an honest desire to assist in the completion of the building. But as they blended the worship of their false deities with that of the God of Israel, the Jews rejected their request, alleging that as a decree of the Persian monarch extended only to the house of Israel, they could not admit them to participate in the work. This refusal gave rise to the implacable enmity which subsisted between the Samaritan and the Jews, and induced a formal exert themselves to obstruct the building of the temple. In consequence of their malicious attempts, the erection of the sacred edifice was suspended. So right here, show y'all this is a whole lot of meat. So we'll go to Daniel right quick. It says this right here, this an end all. You can't go back and fumble with this once you get it like this. So it says 9:25. Daniel 9:25. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks, and the street shall be built again, the wall, even in troublesome times. 26. And after 62 weeks shall the Messiah be cut off. Here you go right here. He says, let's see where I'm at. See? It says, since the destruction of Jerusalem and their universal dispersion. Oh, let me see. Okay. It's off the page. There's some. It says, soon after they return, in consequence of their malicious attempts, the erection of the sacred edifice was suspended. That's Daniel 9:26. Till Darius issued an edict, which was not only ratified the grants of Cyrus, but denounced a severe penalty against all who obstructed the work. When this important decree was communicated to the Jews, they rapidly proceeded in building, which was finished in the 6th year of Darius, and the dedication performed in the month of Adar with all the imaginable splendor and solidarity. So we see right here, like I said, that's point blank. And like I was saying before, you was to look at this book right here, you know, according to the Christian, you know, you look at this book, you would say, it ain't, you know, it's not holy, but it's holy. It's holy. So when if you're looking for the understanding, right knowledge and understanding in this book over here, then you in trouble. Because this is where all the trickeration at. The reason why we in the state we in. And once you get to dealing with this, you start to find out that the Most High, his word is all over the place. It's holy. So and it's his responsibility. Like he said, he got those that he calls, that he said he raised a spirit. So, well, how he raised? He take them to the word, lead them to where it's at, and they get it. So that's how that works. Yeah. So like I said before, this you know, it's no different than the scriptures than the Israelite people themselves. They scattered. They scattered all over the place, different places where the word was scattered too, all over the place. It's got to be rounded up and gathered up, just like the Israelite got to be rounded up and gathered. The word been scattered all over the place. So when somebody come out with another book and reading from it, you know, you fellas shouldn't get ruffled, because most of these wicked ass people, that scattered this word all over the place, just like they scattered the Israelite. Yeah. So with that being said, anybody got anything? Nobody got no questions? Somebody ought to have a question. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question on in Numbers 9 and 23, age limit for service. Why was there an age limit put on for service?
Hold on, let me get it.
Okay.
Numbers what?
9 and 23 through 26.
Okay, it says, number chapter 9. Hello? Number chapter 9.
I'm sorry, it was 8, chapter 8.
It ain't no 23 in chapter. It said the age of the Levitical service. And the Lord spake
Yes.
unto Moses, saying, this is that belongeth unto the Levites from 20 and 5 years old and upward. They shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites, touching their charge. So he dealing with that's what he means when the scriptures talking about the Most High comes and get them early. He come and gets them, and that's what's being done to us right now today. Is we come to the Lord when we broke down. We don't deal with him in our strength when we're young, but that's what our forefathers did. That was was from the beginning. Was the Most High brought. He came and got them young. Like you notice he got David when he was young. He got Joash. He was I think 9 years old, and he got those different kings. He get them when they're young in their strength.
Mm-hmm.
They worship and they worship until they get 50 years old. Once they become, when they get older, then they're more or less for stability and for their knowledge to keep everybody else in line. But in their strength, they coming before him and worshiping for him, you know, in their youth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the purpose of that is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's wrong with us today. They got us over here. We got a Social Security number, and they making trillions of dollars off us in our youth, and we was created to worship the Lord and to deal with Him and to serve Him in our youth. Yeah. But again, that's also, you understand, that's where they get the Jesus part too at 30 years old.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. It's another thing about that too. Like I said, a lot of people don't know it, but I was just reading where he sent Joshua. He sent Joshua, Caleb, and Phinehas to go talk to the Gadites when they built that temple. But he said he sent those 3 men and the princesses. So who are the princes? Each one of them tribes got a prince that's over that tribe. Just like Jerusalem, David is the prince over all of Jerusalem. Then each one of them tribes, Levi got a prince, Judah got a prince. So each one of them princes had to go with them with those 3 men to go find out what was going on with Gad. So you say, what are you talking about? Well, they got that prince with the service in the tabernacle. The tabernacle needs all those lambs and rams they be dealing with in the run of a day. There's 3 oblations. They send 25,000 people a month. Got to service that temple. So it's a prince out of each tribe that goes with the people he have from his tribe. They have to go there and service that temple. It's a cycle. Each month, a different Israelite tribe got control of the temple. That's helped the Levites. 12 princes.
Right. Okay.
So that's when you go back to. Let me show you this right here. This is gonna make a lot of sense when I show you this. And you know, you ain't understanding this. You ain't understanding what's really going on. So. I mean, 2nd Chronicles. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to Jeremiah. It's drawn out better than Jeremiah. Okay. I'm in chapter 22. This part of it. I'm gonna find the rest while I'm reading this. But chapter 22 of Jeremiah. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, chapter 2 says, 22 says, "Thus says the Lord, go down to the house of the king of Judah." Right there. So he got a prince. He is king there, but he got princes. And speak there this word and say, "Hear ye word of the Lord, O King of Judah, that sitteth upon the throne of David, thou and thy servants and thy people that enter in by this gate. Thus says the Lord, execute judgment and righteousness and deliver thy spoils out of the hand of the oppressor, and do no wrong and do no violence to the stranger or to the fatherless, nor the widow, neither shed innocent blood in this place." So he telling them to go down to the king's house, cause all these princes there, that's where they hang out at. They hanging around there. All the princes of Judah, when the word of the Lord comes, it comes there because they all there. So if it ain't completed or it ain't done or they go against it, then all Israel's involved because of it went into all the princes here. Now I'm gonna give you another example. And this is what brought about. I'm gonna show you what brought about the destruction of Israel, and they had to go to Babylon. Okay, I'm in chapter 34. So it says, the word of the Lord came unto Jeremiah from the Lord when Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and all his army, and all the kingdoms of the earth of his dominion, and all the people fought against Jerusalem and against all the cities thereof, saying, thus said the Lord, God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah. See that? Same thing I just read over there. So you got to understand what's going on around the king. All these princes from these different tribes, they are all there around him. So it says, uh, thus says the Lord, go, the God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah, king of Judah. Tell him, thus says the Lord, behold, I will give this city into the hands of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire. And thou shalt not escape out of his hand, but shall surely be taken and delivered into the hands of thy enemies, and shall be behold the eyes of the king, and he shall speak with thee mouth to mouth, and thou shalt go to Babylon. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O Zedekiah, king of Judah. Thus says the Lord of thee, thou shalt not die by the sword, but thou shalt die in peace, and with the burning of thy fathers, the former kings which were before thee, so shalt thou burn odors for thee, and thou wilt lament thee, saying, O Lord, for I have pronounced the word, saith the Lord. Then Jeremiah the prophet spake unto all these words unto Jeremiah the king in Jerusalem, when the king of Babylon's army fought against Jerusalem and against all the cities of Judah that were left, against Lachish and against that word. And these defense cities remain in the cities of Judah. So let me show you what happened. So go to 36. So Jeremiah the prophet, the Most High sent to Zedekiah. And remember, this after Josiah died, the last righteous king that sit on the throne of David before Nebuchadnezzar came. 36 says, and it came to pass in the fourth year of Joachim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, that the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, take thee a roll. They got Jeremiah locked up. They're already in trouble right here because they got the Most High servant that he sent to them. They got him down in a cistern in some dirty water. He's treading on the water because it's so deep. He's treading on the water, trying to maintain, stay alive. He says, take thee a roll of a book and write therein of the words that I have spoken unto thee against Israel and against Judah and against all the nations from the day I spake unto thee, from the days of Josiah even unto this day. And it may be that the house of Judah will hear all the evil which I have proposed to do unto them. See that? The house of Judah, that they may return every man from his evil way, that I may forgive their iniquity and their sin. Then Jeremiah called Baruch, this is scribe. See that? So then Jeremiah called Baruch, the son of Near, and Baruch wrote down the mouth from the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of the Lord which he had spoken unto him upon the roll of a book. And Jeremiah commanded Baruch. See that? It's the order going on again. Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am shut up, and I cannot go into the house of the Lord. Therefore, go thou, read in the roll which thou hast written from my mouth, the words of the Lord in the ears of the people in the Lord's house upon the fasting day. And also thou shalt read them in the ears of of all of Judah that come out of the cities. And I may be with thee. It may be they will present their supplications before the Lord, and I will return everyone from his evil way. For great is the anger and the fury of the Lord that pronounced against his people. So he pissed off, and he gave this to Jeremiah to get a Baruch, to get the people. And Baruch, the son of Near, did according to all that Jeremiah the prophet commanded him, reading in the book the words of the Lord in the Lord's house. And it came to pass in the 5th year, Jehoiakim, the son of Joshua, king of Judah, in the 9th month, that they proclaimed a fast before the Lord to all the people of Jerusalem and to all the people that came from the cities of Judah unto Jerusalem. Then read Baruch in the book the words of Jeremiah in the house of the Lord, in the chamber of Gomorrah, the son of Stephan, scribe, in the higher court. at the entering of the new gate of the Lord's house in the ears of all the people. Now here we go. And when Micaiah the son of Gurah, the son of Stephan, had heard out of the book all the words of the Lord, then he went down into the king's house. Watch this, into the scribe chamber, and lo, all the princesses. See, you got to understand this. All of them there. That's each tribe got a prince. He says, all the princes sat there. They're always there. They round the king. He says, and lo, all the princes sat there, even Ishmael the scribe, and go all the way down, says, and Zedekiah, the son of Imai, and all the princes, then Micaiah declared unto all them all the words that he had heard. And when Barak read the book in the ears of the people, therefore all the princes, see that, sent Judah, the son of Nathan, the son of, I don't know if I can pronounce his name, Shema, the son of Cushah, Barak, they all there, saying, take in thine hand the roll wherein thou hast read in the ears of the people, and come. So Barak, the son of Neriah, took the roll in his hand and came unto them, and they said unto him, sit down now and read it in our ears. So Barak read it in their ears. Now it came to pass, when they had heard all the words, they were afraid. See that? Both one and the other, and said unto Barak, we will surely tell the king of all these words. And they asked Barak, saying, tell us now, how did thou write all these words at his mouth? Then Barak answered them, he pronounced all these words unto me with his mouth, talking about Jeremiah, and I wrote them with ink in the book. Then said the princes unto Barak, go hide thee, thou and Jeremiah, and let no man know where ye be. And they went in to the king, the Zedekiah, into the court. But they laid up the roll in the chamber of Elishama, the scribe, and told all the words to the ears of the king. So the king sent Jehoiada to fetch the roll, and he took it out of Elishama, the scribe's chamber, and Jehudah read it in the ears of the king and in the ears of all the princes. See that? Which stood beside the king. Now, the king sat in the winter house in the 9th month, and there was a fire on the heath burning before him. And it came to pass that when Jehoiada had read 3 or 4 leaves, he cut it with a penknife and cast it in the fire that was on the heath, until all the roll was consumed in fire that was on the heath. Yet they were not afraid, nor rent their garments, neither the king nor any of the servants that heard all the words. Nevertheless, and Nathan and Delilah, Jeremiah had made intercession to the king that he would not burn the roll, but he would not bear. So when you understand what the Most High is and who this is Zedekiah that done this. So what happened? He brought Nebuchadnezzar. He sent the word by Jeremiah, and Jeremiah sent it by Barak. And when he got it and read it, he burned it on the fire. So what did Most High do? He came and burned all of Jerusalem down. He recompensed that same fire on his head. He burned Jerusalem down. So let's look at it right quick. I'm back over here in 2 Chronicles. This what's so amazing about this, that people not, a lot of people don't get this. So I'm in 2 Chronicles chapter 35, verse 20. Second Chronicles 35 and 20. You got it?
Yes.
So Josiah died. I'm just going to read a couple of verses. After all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho, king of Egypt, came up to fight against Carchemish at Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. Josiah is the one that brought all the reform. He reformed everything from what the other kings had done that was wicked. And Most High used him. He brought back the Passover, all that. But then he got killed right here. Right? And then now I'm in verse 36, chapter 36. Then the people of the land took Jehoiada, the son of Josiah, and made him king in his father's stead in Jerusalem. Jehoiada was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months. See, that's why it's so short. He pissed off because Zedekiah then burnt the scroll. He sent the word by Jeremiah. All these princes right here was there. This boy was there. All these men was there in the room when he burned it. So as soon as he got on the throne, he says, then the people of the land took Jehoshaphat, the son of Joshua, made him king. He done forgot what they done. See, they got scared when Barak read it, but then they went along with what Zedekiah done. So then it says, in his father's stead in Jerusalem, Jehoshaphat was 20 and 3 years old when he began to reign. He reigned 3 months. Because the Most High pissed off. Then you go down, verse 5. Jehoiakim was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign. He reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. And against him came up Nebuchadnezzar. See, they ain't lasting too long. Then, verse 9, Jehoiakim was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months. Most High indignation came to the full. He pissed off. That's why nobody ain't last after that. That was the end. Okay? Yeah. But, like I said, people don't even, they can read it and they'll get something out of it, but they don't get the whole picture of what's really going on. Yeah. Most High he pissed off. He done sent Jeremiah with a word, and then this dude burned it. He burned it on the altar. He burned it in the fireplace and burned it up. So what the Most High come back and do? Burn his house up. Then Nebuchadnezzar burn the king house? He burnt the king house, all the prince's house, burn everybody's house because of that. And but they coming up with a whole nother story about what's going on. But that's why he burned everything up. Okay. Yeah. And then he had Nebuchadnezzar to put out Zedekiah's eyes. And he killed all of Zedekiah's children. So, like I was saying before the other day, that's the curse. That's not Coniah. Coniah is Jehoiakim. Jehoiakim was taken to Jerusalem, and Sethel and Zerubbabel came out of him. So that can't be Coniah. So the person that was cursed was Zedekiah. He said, none of that seed gonna sit on the throne of David. So he killed Zedekiah and then killed all Zedekiah's children and his wives and his mama. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else got anything?
Excuse me. Shalom. I have a question to piggyback off of Michelle's question. So, Jacob, I don't know the exact verse, but didn't Isaac send? Well, he tried to send Esau and Jacob off to their ancestors to learn the ways of the Lord. But Jacob was the only one that went. But he went and he stayed until he was about 30, if I'm not mistaken, to learn the ways. Right. And so they took that time to learn the ways of the Lord. So did the Levites not do that too? I understand that they were called from early Levites.
Yeah. Levite. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember exactly where I saw it, where I read it, but Levite he called Levite same way that he did. Let me see what that was. Samuel. When he called Samuel, you remember the story about Samuel? He called him 3 times, and Samuel ain't know the Lord at the time, and he was a scribe, and he asked the prophet. He asked the guy that the prophet he was with, did you call me? It was in the middle of the night, and the prophet said, no, I didn't call you. Go back and lay down. Then he called him again, and he got up again and asked him, did you call me? And then he said no. The third time, the prophet realized it was Yah was calling him. The Lord of hosts was calling him. Then he told him, next time you hear somebody say something to you, then say, here I am, Lord. And then so when he heard it again, he said, here I am, Lord. Then Most High started talking to Samuel from that day forward. And the same thing happened with Levi. And if I'm not mistaken, it was at Bethel. I think it was in Jasher. But he called Levi out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And that's what that means by when he said he calls the Levites can call the people to understand, because the Most High dealing with them, causing them to understand. And then they turn around and take that information and cause the people to understand. Yeah. Anybody else have anything? Okay. We're gonna cut it off right there. I mean, and really, I thought we were gonna have some questions more, but we just cut it off right there, and we'll meet tomorrow for 9 o'clock for the Sabbath class. Anybody else have anything? Yeah. Like I was saying, appreciate that little shout out from Chief Moray. All good.
Yeah, he was hype.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all good. So we're gonna meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
What'd you say? Okay. Shalom, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Shalom.
Okay. All right.
Shalom.